No good deed goes unpunished when a neighbor lends his car to a preacher. Department store clerk Antonio Costello is suing his former neighbor for car damages and an unpaid citation. Defendant Pastor Glenn McMillian says the plaintiff poured acid in his roommate's gas tank. Now it's Joe time.
Mr. Costello, you're alleging that Mr. McMillian is responsible for some damage to your motor vehicle. I believe it concerns a wheel bearing. You also state you have not been repaid for personal loan money and also for parking citations issued to the vehicle. Is that correct?
Correct.
Mr. McMillian, you say you do not owe because after you returned the plaintiff's motor vehicle, you say he retaliated against you by pouring, I'm not quite sure what you're talking about,
pool acid
in the gas tank
yes.
of your roommate's vehicle.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's see. You first, sir.
I'm here claiming that on August 11, Pastor Glenn came to my house requesting $260 for a personal loan, which he never paid me.
All right.
Okay? Used my car to go to New York City, got a double park. He assured me that he was not going to drive through New York City, and he was double parked and he received a ticket. Never told me about the parking ticket until January 2010 when I received the notice that the ticket was for $125.
Probably demanding a large sum of money because of the delinquency in paying the ticket.
Right. And then
double parked on December 5th, year last in the Bronx.
Right. And then on December the 25th, he took my car without my permission and he drove it to Buffalo.
That's
telling me that he drove it to
500
Syracuse.
miles round trip, isn't it?
Correct. Causing the bearing wheel to be damaged.
Now, didn't he tell you that he was driving to Syracuse?
That's what he told me.
That's not too far away.
That's only 66 miles from Binghamton.
Okay, so you're seeking recovery of the repair cost for the wheel bearing.
I had to take the car to the mechanic to be fixed.
Let's see. Now, the loan you want back, the parking citation you want, and the car damage. Now, what type of vehicle are we talking about?
My car is a Neon 1996.
Now, you note that he has had permission before to operate the vehicle.
He had permission on December the 5th to use my car because he didn't have any money to buy a fare ticket to go to New York City. And being that I had a suspended license, he used to drive me around. He was very nice and very kind to drive me everywhere that I needed to go. So therefore, I went to him and said, yeah, Glenn.
So he had access to the vehicle?
Yeah, use my car to go to New York City because he promised me that he was not going to be driving around.
So you're saying he abused the access he had to the vehicle?
Correct. And then that's when December the 23rd came and he took my car without my permission to drive it to Buffalo, round trip, and return the car damaged. The wheel bearing, the car was like with the wheel like this, falling apart, and like you had a flat tire. And he was like, oh.
You don't need to explain.
Like he didn't know what happened to the car.
I've had it happen.
Okay, then I took it to the mechanic, and he told me, no, the bearing wheel is broken.
Been there, seen that, and had to walk that.
And then furthermore, he told me, you better off fixing the other one, the left one, because it's about to be damaged as well.
All right. Well, I have your invoices and your sworn accounting. Let's go to the defendant. What do you have to say about this?
First of all, sir, I have been very, very patient with this gentleman. This man has harassed me. He has disrespected me. He has also vandalized my roommate's car.
Well, what does that have to do with you?
What does that have to do with me?
Yes, do you have any property interest in the motor vehicle of your roommate?
Yes, I drive it for her because she's
It's a her.
Yes.
Do you have any property interest?
No, sir. I drive the car for her because she has
Well, how does that impact you? Wouldn't that be an action that she would need to bring against him rather than you claiming it as a defense? I don't see that you have any standing on that.
Can I explain the rest of my case, please, sir? Okay. Also, Mr. Costello attacked me verbally He attacked me in the street, told me I better have his money. Then he turned around, he attacked me again. My roommate, I offered to give him $60, $70 of his money that he's talking about for the ticket.
So he declined to accept the partial payment, which might have been interjected as a defense and an acceptance of a counteroffer to the claim and the default that he otherwise might have relied upon. And what's wrong with refusing to accept a partial payment? It happens all the time.
Sir, I am on a fixed income, and I was trying to give him something. That's your problem, not his. And aren't you supposed to be preaching someplace? Sir, yes, I do. I preach in my home, sir. I can't afford a church. So I've only been preaching 5 years now, and I do not have a building. I preach in my home, I am licensed, and I do try to do the positive. Licensed to be a pastor, sir.
Who licensed preachers? What entity?
My overseer, my elder. She licensed me in New York City.
She licensed you in New York City?
Yes, sir.
New York City can't license you. You can talking about operating the sanctuary, that's one thing. First Amendment, government shall not be any respecter of religion. Oh, you don't even know, do you?
No, I do not,
You
sir.
got called.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, what do you call, just curious, what are you calling pool acid anyway?
It's a description from the gentleman that works on my car.
What is pool acid?
I'm only presenting to you what was given to me.
Muriatic acid, perhaps?
He said that it was pool acid.
What?
Was put into the gas tank.
What? And that doesn't have a letterhead on it.
Sir.
And it's not notarized.
This is what he presented to me. And that's all.
Just like you got presented with your divine knowledge, and you have been having a church in your living room, and somebody licensed you in the city of New York.
We'll be right back with Judge Joe Brown.
I had permission to use his vehicle.
To go to Buffalo?
I had permission to use his vehicle.
How do you earn your living?
The plaintiff in this case says the preacher shuffled off to Buffalo in his car, got parking tickets, and wore out the wheels. The plaintiff admits his neighbor helped him out when his license was suspended, but the supposed man of God took him for a ride. Let's take a look.
You fit right into the mold of a con man. I'm looking at what you submitted me. You're trying to sit up here, and if you're so ignorant, you don't even know the difference between having a property interest in something that you can claim is damaged as a set-off, and you're going to be dealing with a flock who has a lot of interest that are secular that they come to the pastor for advisement on. You don't know much about the world. You sit up here and tell me that your sole occupation is being a pastor. How do you support yourself?
Sir, first of all...
Because let me tell you why I'm going that way. Your whole defense has got so much con in it that it's revolting.
Okay, but sir, you're saying that, and I understand what you're saying.
Yes, in your position, A, you're entitled to a set-off because he poured pool acid, which you can't designate, down the... we don't even know where it went in, the gas tank of your lady roommate's car. Well, what's your standing in that? None. And then you come back and talk about I had a right to... Did you have a right to drive all the way to Buffalo?
Sir, I had
How'd you get that right?
I had permission to use his vehicle.
To go to Buffalo?
I had permission to use his vehicle.
How do you earn your living?
Sir, I am a disabled gentleman.
Why don't you put down disabled? You're a hustler. You wear that big cross around your neck trying to give an impression.
Oh, my God. I don't believe it.
$693 in your car.
I'm glad you won. Thank you.
Go. Be gone.
The pastor got a little religion Judge Joe style, and it results in some financial enlightenment for the plaintiff.